Heyo everybody, and welcome to a session of Arena in Fire Emblem Heroes. Just showing off the team I'm going to use here. The Lucius in particular is a particular little project of mine that I'm looking to get to 5-star plus 10. Anyway, just gonna make a little cut after showing off La Rochelle here, just because this is the particular arena session I wanted to use. Just gonna have the team and the dialogue here. Let me know if there's anything I can do to make that better to see. And when I first saw this particular team, I'm like, someone's a fan of IDC, I guess. And if you don't know who that is, well, looks like I got some channel linking to do, I guess. Either way, the builds were similar, even right down to Hector wielding a goddamn carrot axe. But, well, just gotta do what I do, and like, maybe I should actually explain just what the hell my team is actually focused around. Well, if you can actually see in all their icons, they're actually using a skill called Tactic, which is, well, they're specifically labeled like Attack Tactic, Defense Tactic, and Res Tactic. The Lucius I have has Attack Tactic because I had pulled a Siegbert, who is the first unit to come with Attack Tactic. Love Abounds Alina is the second unit to come with it, and the Siegbert I had a Speed Bane, so didn't want to use him, and well, Attack Tactic was the skill I wanted to fodder off, and well, I'm quite a fan of the range of all the tactic skills, and Vanguardite coming in just flipping bitches. Not my exact words, just in general. Just also, what's kind of funny here is that I do actually end up using my Lucius a fair bit for combat, so as you'll see here, since he's +7 and I've summoner supported him, his base res at this point is 40. Natural 35. He's gotten +3 through merges, and he gets an extra 2 from summoner support. And when combined with La Rochelle's res tactic, that's a pretty spicy 46 res. And when combined with a defensive tile, there ain't much of anything that's gonna be stopping that. And as you can see here, Lilina comes through with the Grondblade tome that I put on her, specifically using the plus version of the tome, because while it does give an extra 4 points, the massive boost from buffs makes that not matter as much, but I wanted the full arena score for it. And she's running Life and Death because she only has a 30 base speed, and I was intending on replacing my Cecilia for her because her overall offensive base stats are just better. Even though my Cecilia is plus speed, her neutral offensive stats are just better. So once I get my hands on some cavalry buff fodder, that's where her eventual permanent home is. And overall in these matches, I've seen just quite a lot of legendary Ike, or I've got a little cute Photoshop that we call Like. I'll probably throw it in there somewhere. And I ended up throwing Ike here because I had I figured that Faye may end up getting danced here, and I'm like, well, guess I was right. Time to Radiant Ether you away, because Quick Riposte is one of the best skills in the game, and I didn't feel like moving it off of my own Faye. What else did I... Oh yeah, La Rochelle actually has a pretty cool thing where she just kind of one-shots every Vanguard Ike, even with the default Warding Breath. I actually pulled 2 Vanguard Ikes. The first one I pulled was minus attack, and so he ended up becoming what was it? Warding Breath fodder. I just said that too. And also you'll see, even with a puny 14 base defense, you'll see that my Lucius here can actually take a hit because of that 45 hit points. And that particular Fjorm had a gimmick where she was running Triangle Adept and not Ice Mirror, because most people are running her base kit around when they're just throwing her on arena teams. So that just made Grondblade do short work, and thanks to the defensive tile I could tank that Ninian's Lightning Breath like a boss, because everyone loves dragons in the arena. And I've also, I saw more Vanguard Ike than Reinhardt this time around. Though this time, overall, there's a horse team. With some pluses on Reinhardt himself and Sigurd. I find it funny that the YouTube algorithm makes Sigurd out to be Cigarette. Okay, YouTube. What the fuck? And I end up deciding to place Lucius on this tile here because watch the magic happen. 0 damage from Reinhardt's Dire Thunder. It is glorious. I know I'm on a defensive tile, but that just feels good. And so I then end up using Lucius to take Reinhardt out, which is... When there's defensive tiles, he does that really well. Even better when that Reinhardt's not carrying that dreaded Quick Impulse Moonbow bullshit. So I just leave Lucius there. Now I actually do something super risky by putting my Vanguard Ike in the range of this Sigurd, as you're going to see here in just a moment. Well, actually, after this round against Gunthra, where her Grondblade does nothing. And I can't outspeed her this time. Anyway, here's the scary part. I had just enough defense and hit points combined to live with 1 HP and then quick riposte him to death. Now, I don't know why I tried to use my Lara Shell to try and reach Ike, even though there's the trenches. Okay, so here's something that's kind of funny that I do. I end up throwing Lucius at Ike for the kill, and then I just leave him in Gunthra's range because of Miracle. And thanks to Miracle, if you have this ready, you'll survive whatever attack comes your way with 1 hit point remaining. And since I believe it's 8 damage that this Gunthra will do with her Grondblade, I will live and she will die a horrible, horrible death. As you can see here, I get the Miracle proc, and down she goes. It won't be the last time oh, and I got a message from a friend of mine here, so, oops. Just gonna put that text over it like that. And as you've noticed from the resolution, I'm using an iPad to actually record this footage, so the overall game screen is larger. Now this particular round was interesting. A +10 Shurshi, an Azura who is wielding Berkut's Lance, and another Reinhardt which is pretty much stock Love Abounds Lyn. Gotta remember that there's now 4 different versions of her. Also, she gets danced over here, which basically just leads you into Grondblade. Even with defensive tiles, you still take 57 damage. And dead. And so, I believe next is just moving some units around. I don't throw Lucius... Oh, I do throw him in his range. So now you can see how much damage he does without the defensive tile. I would have probably taken way more if he was running Quick Impulse Moonbow. But this time, he actually gets 1 shot. And then I just take a moment here to actually let Azura come to me, because the AI likes to stay on the defensive tiles, wouldn't you know? And so, for some reason, I just move everyone like that and wait for her to come to me. Now this is one of the parts where I kind of initially screw something up, so I'm just kind of checking the damage because I forgot that Berkut's Lance Plus, since it's refined, gives +7 defense instead of just the +4 from its unrefined version. And my initial screw up is actually using Lilina to attack Azura first, because now that she's not at full HP, Ivaldi does not kill her, and she gets one shot. And because she has Iceberg ready. So what I end up doing, because my Lucius will have Miracle ready on this attack in a moment here,
Of course.
I actually use Lucius to do that final amount of chip damage that I need. He gets him exactly into death range, and so here comes the Iceberg. Too bad I take 3 damage, dropping me to 1.
Here I go.
Just minding Lynn's attack range, and the Evaldi's exactly death. That was probably one of the toughest parts of this arena session. And now it's just basically, let's get Lilina into range and let her steal the show from here. Because, gotta love triangles, right? We love triangles. Whether they be Doritos or Illuminatis or other memes. Anyway, here's the Glimmer-powered KO. Funny thing, actually. I've actually had Glimmer-powered Grondblade uses go over triple digits. It's kinda hilarious. And this was actually like the most incomplete slotted team so far. Hector doesn't have a C slot, and Myrrh doesn't have a B slot, though. She does have Distant Counter, which, in this matchup,
Let's move.
I ultimately did not care. Because what happens first is Olivia is attracted to Hector being able to move like that, so I take out Naui in one shot because, yay, Grondblade bonuses. Yeah, I kind of used her a lot, and then I end up backing her away because I have way too much I really put reposition on so many units. I just couldn't stop. And so what I end up doing at this point here
What next?
is I just kind of just throw Ike into the fire. For some reason I like to leave Lucius next to people who see a lot of combat. But as you'll see here, Ike is totally fine. There really isn't much worrying to do. And then Myrrh ends up getting danced, and as you can kind of see from the numbers, Myrrh is toast.
End of the line.
Toasty, toasty, toast. Because quick proposed Radiant Ethers, everyone. And then I end up using La Rochelle to take out the Olivia for lots of damage because she's rocking that Triangle Adept. I actually have a 4-star +10 Olivia that actually has similar stats to this one. Except instead of a Wodao, she has a Slaying Edge because I don't have a Wodao lying around. Which, you know, it works. As you can see here, I've been fighting a lot of Ikes. And in a moment here, just like after I'm showing off the units, which is for my post-production stuff, as you can see from the teams on the left and right, I end up thinking about, like, should I attack Naui right away? And it shifting positions a bit until I ultimately realize, hey, let's destroy Ninian first. That way she can't do any dancing shenanigans. So it'll be a moment here before I finally realize, I should attack Ninian. Come on, past me. Attack Ninian already. Ugh. Speaking of which, I really want an Ninian. I would like to be able to pull one from the Tempest Trial banner, but it's just like, well, if I don't, that's what it is. I am happy that I've actually managed to pull all of the Love Abounds units.
I see.
But then not that many orbs, actually.
Let's move.
I can't remember the exact number, but most of them were free. Because thanks, I asked for all the free orbs. I really like that a lot.
Dashing.
And so, yeah, I have the... Lilina was the first one I pulled. I then pulled Roy, who was plus speed minus defense, so I'm just gonna treat his Boonbanes like Reinhardt's. I then got Hector, and then I finally got Lynn, who was actually my very first instance of pulling Armor March in this whole game. Oh, gotta love the odds of pulling stuff. And that is one dead Fae.
Wonderful.
And then I'm just ultimately, let's just throw Lilina at you. Won't be a kill this time because she's on a defensive tile. But I'm able to absorb the counterattack, so what does it even matter?
This is for you.
In fact, here's some overkill. Thanks, Glimmer. Couldn't have had that procced at the start of combat. Ugh, excuse me, just I feel something in my throat here. If you're gonna belch, do it already. Okay. The final round here is actually something that takes me back for just a second because this is actually my very first time facing a plus 10 attack boon Reinhardt. He does not have any Hone Cavalry next to him though, so I go and end up pulling something like, I don't know, have my La Rochelle next to Lucius, have Lucius stand on the defensive tile and watch the magic happen,
This, okay?
and then I just kind of reposition Daisy Chain
Next.
Ike and Lilina over. Here's the magic. The plus 10 Reinhardt with a defensive tile. 0 damage, boys. Trust me, you should have been packing Quicken Pulse. Then again, I don't know if you can actually forge Quicken Pulse through the Sacred Seal Forge right now. And it's like, I could kill Ike, but then I ultimately realized, that's a bad idea. Let's just back it up right now and lure the brave Lynn over, and thanks to this defensive tile, watch this BS.
Bow of Sakai.
3 damage from a moonbow. What? That is just silly. And so I just kind of have Ike walk over, and here's a Radiant Ether in your face. Die.
Of course.
And then I think I ultimately I throw Lucius at Ike, and even with the defensive terrain, he still dies. Yep. That didn't take all that much effort, now did it? And then I just move units. I thought I just ended the turn instantly. I forgot. Oh well. And so funny thing about this is, since Brave Ike was at solo HP, the Radiant Ether still killed him even after that. And, well, I hope that was an entertaining arena run for you all, so I guess with that, I'm hoping to see if I can make this a weekly thing. So with that, I'm a Nick, and I'll see you guys next time.